Discovered wife's infidelity, need help. Army 33, wife 33, marriage hasn't been great for a while. Really too many issues to go into, but yesterday I found messages between her and an ex-colleague which made it clear they were sleeping together. I'd had my suspicions before, and 6 months so even raised it with her, and she swore nothing that ever happened. To make it worse, the messages that I found placed a question on the paternity of our daughter. She's 18 months old, and the messages between AP and wife were discussing getting a paternity test for who I thought was my daughter. I didn't suspect an affair was happening 2 years ago, but clearly if they think daughter might be AP, then it's been going on longer than I realized. Obviously the marriage is now over, but I don't know if they got a test done. So my mind is now only thinking about this. I haven't called my wife out on what I discovered yet. I have screenshots and I'm almost too scared to. My daughter means the world to me, and the thought I might be losing a wife and a daughter at the same time makes me terrified. My STBXW and I are both English, but have lived in Dubai for the last couple of years. If it wasn't for my daughter, I don't think we would have lasted this long together. The thought of being divorced and then not seeing my daughter every day wasn't something I could contemplate, but now it's 10 times worse. Do I do a test myself first? Do I call STBXW out on the affair first? Do I just ask if they did a test and what were the results? My head is in a spin and I'm completely lost. Would appreciate any advice and support from anyone right now. Update. Thank you so much for all the comments, everyone. I haven't had a chance yet to read them all, but it seems the overwhelming advice is to do a paternity test myself ASAP. I've ordered one already, so let's see what that says, and that'll help me see clarity with next steps, I think. Thanks to everyone for the amazing support. I don't know any of you, but it feels like I now have people I can talk to, so thank you so much. Update. To discovered wife's infidelity, need help, evidence of paternity question. Sorry, I've never actively used Reddit much, so not sure how best to do updates. I've ordered a home paternity kit. Am terrified of what the result is going to be, but know I need to have certainty on my daughter's paternity before I do anything else. I'm also going half mad. I've read the screenshots of the texts over and over, thinking, is there a way that I'm misinterpreting what my wife and her AP are saying to each other? I can now see how talented she's been at manipulation, lying and gaslighting over at least the last 2 years, so I've no doubt when I call her out she'll come up with some sort of alternative reality and make me think I'm mad for jumping to the conclusion I have. But every time I read the conversation it seems 100% slam dunk to me. Here is the key extract. AP, I wanted to know how you felt about having a test on daughter's name. Wife, a paternity test you mean? AP, yes, haha. Wife, haha, just checking. Wife, I think it's a very good idea. Wife, I've wanted to ask you quite a few times, but didn't know how you'd feel about it. It's completely clear, right? Is this enough for me to have jumped to the conclusion I have? Need your support to make sure I'm not going mad while I'm on my own with this. I'm surrounded by family and her still, but I haven't said anything and have tried to have a nice time, but one part of me just wants to get my phone out and show everyone the screenshot to make sure I'm not going mad. Thanks to everyone for their support. Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1, she's clearly asking a man, not you, to take a paternity test regarding you and your wife's child. Emo, it doesn't really get any clearer than that. Sorry buddy. Redditor 2, you're not crazy? Get the test done. Been in your shoes, the test results didn't come back in my favor. Op answer, sorry to hear you've gone through something similar. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. Redditor 3, you're not mad. You're extremely sane. I'm so sorry you're going through this. Be strong. Redditor 4, yes, could not be clearer. They both wondered if it's yours or his biological child. It also sounds like they are amused to have you raise someone else's biological child. Redditor 5, you're doing the right thing, man, get that done. Redditor 6, op, after the paternity test gather a family reunion and first tell them to sit down and save the screenshot in TV and tell them what you found, including your ex-wife's family, and show them the paternity result too. Redditor follow up, no. It's too early for confrontation. Op has to first make his plan and preparations, lawyering up, getting the divorce ball rolling, separating finances, preparing for separation, etc. First get your ducks in a row, then confront the wife with a double whammy of revealing her adultery and presenting divorce papers with an agreement favorable to Op. Op's wife sounds like potentially dangerous opponent. She's manipulative and unscrupulous. Op will need every advantage he can get when going into divorce battle, and right now his position is strong as long as he avoids making mistakes such as letting his wife know that he knows. Op, keep your cool. I know it's very hard to do with Christmas and family gatherings and all, but keep your cards close to your chest and pretend to be oblivious. Redditor 7, it's pretty clear to me. Redditor 8, it's completely clear, right? Is this enough for me to have jumped to the conclusion I have? Yes and yes. It's completely clear that they discuss the possibility of him being the biological father. It appears this is the first time they discuss paternity test and have previously avoided the subject for being uncomfortable. Redditor 9, no one would ask for a paternity test if they are 100% sure of a daughter's paternity. There is no other way to read that. They're suggesting he may be the father. And laughing about it together. It's so casual that it's sick. Your family and friends, cling to them. Your wife isn't your friend. Make plans aside from her. Your description sounds like she's emotionally abusive, and if you out everything right now, the ball's in her court and she can begin to confuse you. You're wondering if you're mad, probably because she's incessantly told you that you are when you doubt her. You're not mad. You're seeing who she is. She's mad. Take time for yourself, roll your eyes at her while she plays like everything is fine, and plan your moves. Whatever she says, after reading that messaging, I wouldn't even care. Take care of yourself first. Redditor 10, clear as day, any attempt to spin this will be ridiculous, and you should cut it off immediately. If she denies, just say you are past arguing about reality and won't talk about whether these messages are true or not. Redditor 11, my thoughts are with you, Op. This shouldn't happen to anyone, at least you've discovered it. Stay level-headed and calm, even though it must be very difficult. Get everything in order before confronting, get the best advice. Your future happier self is going to thank you enormously. It's going to be tough for the next few months, but one day you'll look back on this from a far better place, don't forget it. Redditor 12, I seriously hope you've hired a lawyer. She can use some things against you when the divorce moves forward. I'd hold off and get a lawyer immediately. You can get advice cheaply. Redditor 13, you want clarity. Don't wait for the paternity tests. See a lawyer to see what an at-fault divorce is like where you live. It can be anything from you completely in the driver's seat because of her cheating to no effect at all. Most states have some sort of at fault even if they are not 100%. Do not wait for her to do it. Blindside her and keep pushing. If you love the children, then whose they are biologically mean nothing. In many states, any child conceived during the marriage is the father's and he can be ordered to pay support. File for custody. It might sound cruel, but it's a great bargaining chip. It sounds like she's planning on leaving you if the children are his. Beat her to it. Redditor follow-up, he's resident in Dubai from his previous post. Best location for dealing with infidelity. Redditor 14, Op, please get emotional support if you haven't already. And of course legal support. Stay away from alcohol and other substances. They only make things worse. And remember, the best revenge is to lead the best life you can. So that if she ever checks up on you in the future when she hits a low spot in her current relationship, that she will regret leaving you. Redditor 15, emo, get a test and talk to a lawyer ASAP. Where I live, if a couple is married and the wife has a child by another man, her legal husband is the legal father of the child, regardless of biological father, assuming bio dad doesn't assert his rights. Could be lots of paperwork to do depending on how you move forward. I am so sorry. But lawyer up now. If this other fuckwad is the legal father and wants to assert his rights, you will want a lawyer ready to go. If he is the father and doesn't want to assert his rights, you have a big choice to make. Sending hugs. But definitely get a test. You are not crazy. Redditor 16. You're not going crazy. You're hoping that what you're seeing isn't true. But you know it is true. Stop rereading those texts. Focus on the paternity test. Focus on calling a divorce lawyer. Focus on listening to his or her advice and moving forward. Redditor 17, open and shut case, man. Lawyer up immediately and get rid. Even if the kid turns out to be yours, absolutely do not stay with this cheater. Redditor 18, you are reading it correctly. Get the test done and lawyer up. Redditor 19, Maintain your focus and stay cool. Her ignorance is your best weapon right now. When you get back to Dubai, you will have home field advantage. Engage your mind before you open your mouth. Play the long game. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Peace to you, brother. Redditor 20, have you spoken to a lawyer? Retain one ASAP, have them draw a separation agreement. Get yourself tested for STD/STI. Redditor 21, 1. If there is a silver lining, it is that this is completely clear. There's no gray, it is black and white. Many of us wish we had that kind of clarity. 2. Dude, you are prior military. We used to sing cadences about Jody. You know what you have to do. MTFU.